Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be looking at DAX aggregate functions. So aggregate functions allow you to calculate a single value such as count, sum, average, minimum or maximum. And the aggregate functions that we'll be specifically looking into are sum and the SUMX functions. Okay, the sum function. So what does the sum function do? Well, it adds up all the values in a specified column. The syntax, you just enter the name of the function, sum, an opening parenthesis, followed by the name of the column, and then a closing parenthesis. So when to use the sum function? Well, you use the sum function when you need to add up the values in a single column. So let's look at an example. So now we'll create a measure using our sum function. So I'll create a new measure. So I'll type in the name of my measure, total sales. Okay, here I've got a data set, a sales data set. So total sales, the name of our function sum, followed by opening parenthesis, the name of our column, which is called sales, and a closing parenthesis. And it's done. Let's select our measure. See the data that will be shown. Let's change that into a table visual. Okay, and maybe we want to analyze by the product category, for example. Okay, and there you go, the sum function. Next, the SUMX function. So what does the SUMX function do? Well, it calculates the sum of an expression evaluated for each row in a table. The syntax, well, you type the name of the function SUMX, followed by an opening parenthesis, and then the name of your table that you want to iterate over, comma, and then your expression. And then you close it off with a closing parenthesis. Okay, when to use the SUMX function? Well, you use the SUMX function when you want to perform calculations on a row-by-row basis before you sum up the results. You can also use the SUMX function when it involves more than one column or when you need to apply complex logic. Okay, so let's look at an example. Say you want to calculate the total revenue after deducting a 5% sales commission for each sale. So let's create a measure for that, and we'll be using the SUMX function to help us with that calculation. So our function name, let's type the total sales after commission. Now starting off with our function name, SUMX, opening parenthesis, then our table name. The column we're interested in is in the fact sales table. Okay, followed by a comma, and now our expression. So the expression would be the sales column multiplied by 0.95. So this is the expression we want to evaluate for each row in our fact sales table. So here we are multiplying each sales amount by 0.95 to account for the 5% commission deducted. So let's close it off with a closing parenthesis. Okay, so once this expression is evaluated for each row or calculated for each row, the SUMX function then comes in to sum up the result of that expression. So let's quickly have a look at the data. I'll just show you the data first before we look at the result. Okay, so for each sale amount in our sales column, we'll multiply the sale amount by 0.95. So what Power BI will do is that it's going to multiply each sale amount by 0.95. Okay, it's going to do that for each row. And then once the calculation has been done for each row, it will then sum up the result. Okay, so let's come back to our report and see the result. Change that into a table visual. maybe analyze that by product category. Okay, so this is the total sales after commission. We've also created a total sales earlier, so let's just add it as well. Okay, so we have the total sales, which is just the sum of our sales amount. That's what we looked at earlier. And now we've got the total sales after commission. Now to wrap up, use the sum function when you need to do simple aggregation of a single column, and the SUMX function, use that when you need to do complex calculations that need to be evaluated for each row of your table. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value in this video. If so, please consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.